So I'm going to show you a way on how to get freelance work and reach out to agencies and design firms to get some more jobs. So I'm going to show you a practical way of doing it, and I've used this method before, but it'll be good for people who are just learning or starting out, or want to get more jobs as a freelancer, or maybe you're looking for a job as a junior, but this is a really easy way to do it. So I'm in Notion now, and what I've done is put out a table. So you can use Excel spreadsheet for this, that's totally fine, or Google Sheets, whatever. I'm using Notion because I can have all my pages in here. So first up, I just created a table, and what I've done, I've listed all these local agencies that are based in Sydney or Australia, and I've put their names or the websites on the left hand side. Then in the second column, I'm finding out who is the creative director. Typically you want to look for the creative director or the managing director. Sometimes the art director usually talks to people, but typically those people are the ones that deal with the creatives or the designers, and they're like the team leader. So typically you want to speak with them because they're the decision maker. Instead of you don't want to go through so many emails and back and forth. You just want to go directly to the person that you need to talk to be able to move forward. And then what I do, I find their emails. So I'm going to show you how to find some emails as well with this cool little trick in this tool. And then I put a column: contacted, replied, said no. So these are some of the ones that I've reached out to. I ticked off when I send off the email, and then I tick if they've replied or not, and then if they've said no, then I tick that, and that's totally fine. And I'm just gonna go out of this, and what I want to show you is something called hunter.io. So what you can do, you can simply sign up for free with your Gmail account. You can even actually implement it in there as well, and it's really good, but I mainly use it for the email searcher. So if I just click on the main part, you can see that you can find email addresses. So if I go to my dashboard, right, you'll get this dashboard where you can go domain search, or you can go email finder. So if you know the person's full name, you can type it in and type their company website, and it's got these other things you can do as well. So typically I just go for search, and for example, so maybe I want to look up Orient Creative. I like their work. You can see they've got some cool branding stuff. It looks interesting. So I'll copy the website, I'll go into hunter.io in the domain search, and I'll paste it in. What it's going to do is actually search for all the emails associated with that website. It just scans the internet for you. So you can see it finds these emails from these sources. So you can see 2018, it gives you a date there as well. You can see this as well. It shows you where it got it from the website. So I've got this one, and it tells you social media marketer. Sometimes it gives you who it is, like communication management. So I've got all these different emails, right? And what I'm looking for is the director, so I can get his email. So if it's not here, what I have to do is go to LinkedIn. And what you want to do, you want to go to your search bar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type in Orient Creative. And there, it's the first one. So I'm going to click that. I'm going to scroll down, and on the left-hand side, you can see that there's 5 tabs. You got home, about, jobs, people, and ads. You want to click on people. And then what I can do now is I can look at who works here. So straight away, I can see that Sean over here on the right is the creative director. So that's probably the key person I want to talk to. There's also the managing director, as you can see. So that's probably a good email as well, Mark. And everyone else works in some other way, like a marketer, designer, or a lead, or whatever. So probably Sean or Mark would be the best person to talk to. So if I go back to this thing, you can see that I've got Mark's email here, right? And Sean's email is over here. So you can see it says contact marketing, but people always get promoted and move up in the ranks over time. So awesome. And if you can't find an email, but there's an example here, sometimes if you just type in the name and then just copy the formula, so you can see at whatever, different companies might have the full name or the first name dash last name sometimes, so you could just type it in and just hope it works. But yeah, I could just like copy Mark, so I'll copy and paste that, and then I'll go to my email, and I'm going to show you an example. So here's a quick email example template that you can use. So the subject line will be work together. And obviously this might not work for everyone. It just depends. You always got to tweak it. You'll just want to keep the email very short and succinct. You don't want to ramble on because they're not going to read it. They're just only they're going to scan the email. So you just say hi. You want to address the name. So I'll put like Mark here, and then say I run a design studio or business, whatever, and I want to see if there's ever any overflow of design work at, and then you put the agency. So I'll put Orion Creative, that I can be a resource for. Can we chat? And then I'll put Cheese Jeremy or something like that. Right? So that's a template you can do. And once you do that, then you most likely will get a response. But if you don't, that's totally fine. You got all these other agencies to actually send out. But that's the key way to finding the right person to talk to, especially if you want to look for more jobs or freelance work, or maybe if you're a junior and you want to get your foot in the door. So, using LinkedIn, using hunter.io as a tool, and you can just replicate the same formula over and over again and make a big list in your, in your whatever thing you use, in Notion or whatever. And if you could think about it, if you send out all these to so many agencies and you do have a portfolio, then you're going to get more chances to, get more work. So super cool and super awesome.